Hello, so this is my standard 1 reflection. So this standard mentions how the teacher candidate is able to provide a fun learning environment in which all students are actively engaged throughout the lesson. The teacher candidate also provides students with the right tools in order to be successful and for the lesson to be meaningful. So this standard is met in every lesson that I teach. The artifact for this standard is my unit plan that I created and designed using backwards design. And it includes 10 different differentiated lesson plans. But how I do this in class, there are several examples of this. One of the artifacts used in this standard are learning activities. And the learning activities that I provide my students on a daily basis are fun, engaging, and whether they know it or not, they're learning something new. And building new relationships and fostering teamwork as well, which is equally as important. The learning activities that we do correspond directly to the learning objectives of the lesson and as well as the goals. By doing so, students will learn exactly what they need to in a fun way. For example, this unit is soccer that we're doing. In each lesson, there'll be 2 to 3 different learning activities that will focus primarily on 1 or 2 soccer skills. This includes dribbling, passing, 1-touch pass, 2-touch passes. This will all be included in there. And the 4th and final learning activity will be a game putting everything they practice together. So that game will instill and force them to use all of those skills learned throughout that lesson into the game. And then the learning activities are paramount to the success of your students. This is true in any subject matter, but especially PE, because there are so many skills to learn and with sports. One of the pieces of observable evidence from this standard that we currently are implementing is using student goal setting and data. For the last a few weeks actually, this has been implemented in class through a variety of ways. For example, students created what's called like a learning menu. And on this learning menu, it's personalized to them. There are all these fitness activities that we do throughout the semester, a half mile, the pacer, the broad jump, all this stuff. And they make goals for themselves. We have a healthy fitness goal where we want them to be at. There's also a silver goal and a gold goal. And they'll make those accordingly to them. And then they'll share that with us, which is really, really cool. So we can see it as well. And they'll make those goals not only throughout the unit, but throughout the semester when we come back to it. So for example, they just did the pacer test not too long ago. They did the half mile. And what was really cool is that every student met their goal, which was so important. And it wasn't even paramount at the time, because you want them to improve. But they all did, which is amazing. So the next step is getting into the silver or gold category. And so for this unit in soccer, we're utilizing the same kind of strategy. They're making their goals, so by the end of the unit, they can come back and see if they've met their goal. So finally, I'll end with this. I strive to instill confidence in each one of my students that they can do anything they put their mind to. And to help them grasp this concept, I have a fun little way of ending the lesson. I leave them with a positive and inspiring quote every day when they leave the classroom. So that is what Standard 1 is essentially talking about. Thank you.